What's going on with y'all? It's your boy, it's your fam, Zay Gifted, it's your big bro, Zay Gifted, back at y'all with another message. If you're new to this channel, I discuss the real over here. If you on oncoming, if you've been messing with this channel, welcome back. I hope y'all having a blessed and highly favored day. We too blessed to be stressed. I hope y'all get into it. Focusing on yourself, going after your goals, your aspirations, and your dreams. Y'all gotta understand. Focus on yourself. That's the most important thing. If you can't focus on yourself, how you gonna focus on somebody else? If you can't focus and take care of yourself, how can you take care of somebody else? But yeah, I got this little message like talking about narcissists and people who come in your life to control and try to manipulate you and get you out of your spine, get you out of your misery, and get you out of your identity. Y'all gotta understand. So this may be somebody who, if I'm talking to you, you probably had somebody in your life. You probably was dealing with somebody at the time who, or probably dealing with somebody right now who's a family member, a loved one, somebody you mess with, somebody, your girlfriend, your wife, your husband, somebody, a friend. Y'all gotta understand. They come into your life to manipulate you. They wanna cause confusion. They wanna control you. Y'all gotta understand. And they wanna control you because they don't want you to realize your identity. They don't want you to realize who you really are. They don't want you to realize the power and anointing that you have over your life. I gotta understand. So I gotta understand. I'm gonna tell this one story. Like, fam, I got a little situation. I dealt with so many situations in my life where I dealt with narcissism and people who was in my life that try to use me and manipulate me. But y'all gotta understand, the chosen ones, our heart is so pure and genuine. We just love to give in. We just love. We don't really think. We wasn't really thinking at the time, but we just love to give in, and we just love people so much. We don't want to do them wrong, so we just go along with the flow. Y'all gotta understand. So like, fam, like, I don't want to put nobody names on it, but I give people money like to help them out with their bills, to help them out get through their living in this life. Like, they text me and they ask me and I give it to them. And y'all gotta understand, they gonna use you till you can't no more. They gonna use you till you can't give no more. You gotta understand, they want to take, but they don't want to give. They don't want to pour into you. It's all about what they can get out of you and not what they can give you. You gotta understand, they always want money or like some materialistic things. They don't never need advice. They don't never need a encouraging word. They don't ever need you who should just lift them up. He's the only one that you need. But y'all gotta understand, like, I give them money to help them pay for their bills or help them to do this and that. And y'all gotta understand, when they need it, we give it to them. I give it to them. And it's like, when I give it to them, they ghost me. And the reason they ghost you because they just want to take. They just want to use you for your energy. They just want to use you for your time, your quality time, and stuff that you have, because they know you are blessed and highly favored. So they're going to take, and then they ghost you. They ghost you for a little bit, and you don't wonder why they ghost you. It's because they just using you and just getting you what you have. They don't love you. They don't like you for who you really are. Y'all gotta understand that. So whenever you realize who your true identity is, when you ever realize how much power and the anointing that you have in your life, you're gonna start changing. You're gonna start like realizing, like, dang, this person using me, but you can still just love them from a distance. So like, I was just helping them with their money and stuff, and I was wondering why they would always ghost me every time I give it to them. But the minute I don't give it to them, or the minute I say no, that's when they turn on me and try to flip on me and try to say, oh, you acting weird, you acting bougie, you acting Hollywood. That's when they try to blow up my phone even more to try to get it, because now I'm realizing who I really am. Now I realize my identity and the power that I carry. So the minute I start not answering back, the minute I start just holding my energy and holding the things I had, holding my peace, I gotta understand, they start getting mad and they will start turning on you. They'll start saying all evils and matters against you. I gotta understand. But that's how narcissists is. They try to manipulate you until they can't no more. Y'all gotta understand. and y'all may be wondering, like, if y'all was messing with like a narcissist girl or husband or something, you was wondering why they only use you for your sex drive. They only use you for that. But y'all gotta understand, they only use you for that because it's the energy that you carry. They only want that because they feed off your energy. Y'all gotta understand that these narcissists in this world, these evil and demonic spirits, they only feed off your energy, so they can only keep going if they have your energy. And y'all gotta understand, the minute you stop giving them your energy, the minute you start giving them the sex drive, y'all gotta understand, they got a new supply they gotta find and go to, because that what keeps them going. That's what keeps them like up and not depressed, and that's what keeps them. They feed off your energy. You gotta understand that evil and demonic spirits and narcissism, they feed off your spirit. So the minute you start giving them that sex job, the minute you start giving them that time and energy, and they feed off that energy, fam, they're gonna go to it. They're gonna find the next supply who they can just feed off of and drain their energy and just take over that. So just be aware that, like, these narcissists, they come in your life, they try to manipulate you and control you until they can't no more. They want to control you and manipulate you, so you won't really realize who you wake up to. That's so that I gotta understand, your power and anointing that you carry is so powerful, fam. We are healers, fam. We are a little bit above. We are a little bit below the angels. Y'all gotta understand that. We are formed in Yahushua's likeness and in his image. Y'all gotta understand that. He gave us the power and anointing to trample over snakes and scorpions, and by any means it will not harm you. Y'all gotta understand that. So while you out here always wondering why people come into your life, just use you and just get out of your life, they may be narcissists, fam. You gotta really watch that. Y'all gotta understand that. People don't know how to pour into people and just be, people don't believe in 50-50. People don't believe in just being together and just working as a team. They just always want to take and not give or pour into you. Like, I understand that. They don't know, and they never uplift you. When you uplift, like chosen ones, we so kind and genuine. It's just the words of advice we give it to uplift people, but they still don't get it. If they don't get it, these narcissists, they won't get it because they don't like words of advice. They like energy. They like you giving them stuff. They like you giving them gifts, possessions. They like you giving that stuff. So just be aware, fam. Like, these narcissists are real and you gotta watch out for them. I'm not saying everybody is one, but you will realize when they one. That's why you ask Yahushua for the gift of discernment. That's why you ask him for discernment. That's why you ask him for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, so you can realize. That's why you ask him to reveal this person to you, who this person is. Like, reveal their true intentions, reveal who they really are. That's why you ask Yahushua to just reveal that stuff to you, fam, so you can be aware, so you can be alert, so you can know who this person really is, so you can know what they really about, what they really in your life to do, what they really in your life for. And he'll put the signs in your face, like, but you have to be on guard. You have to be on point. You have to be sober-minded. Y'all got to understand, because the truth, they hide it in plain sight. They put it in plain sight in Yahushua. He puts the truth in plain sight. You got to understand. Just like they put the plain sight and stuff in movies. They put the plain sight in your face, the people who in front of you. It can be your family member. It can be a loved one. It can be a person you messing with. It'll blow your mind who can really be, fam. But yeah, I just want to put this little message out, like, but be aware of these narcissists, because they're just coming to feed off your energy. They're just coming to take, and not give, or pour. They want to manipulate you and control you. They'll try to twist your words around and act like you the bad. They'll try to twist your words around and try to act like you the victim. They'll try to lie on you and say you the victim, but all action reality, it was bad on their part. They did you wrong the whole time, but they want to keep their name living. They want to keep their name good. So they'll try to put everything that happened on you. They'll try to make like you the one who ended the relationship. You the one ended the friendship. You the one ended this and that because what you did, but they're not talking about what they did. And that's what they'll do. They want to have that higher up on you. They want to feel like they better than you. They want to lie on your name and stuff. Like, I gotta understand, but be aware of this. Like, just keep getting to it. Keep seeking ye first the kingdom of Yahushua and his righteousness, and all these things are gonna be added unto you. I gotta understand that. Like, I done had many things, like, and I'm gonna tell you this last story before I let this video go off. Like, I had a female I was dealing with. She was a narcissist. And you know, if a female is a narcissist, her mother can probably be a narcissist. The people she hang around can be narcissists. Her dad can be a narcissist. Y'all to understand, it runs through the family for real. Like, it could be a generational curse that they need to be broken. Or chains that need to be broken. I gotta understand that. But at the same time, I was dealing with this female. And like, you know how like people say like, oh, you believe in sex on the first date? I don't really care if it happens, it happens. But at the same time, I don't focus on sex. I don't do all that. Like, but at the same time, like when I first met this girl, like we was in the car, we were just talking for the first time I met her. We were just talking, wasn't doing really nothing. But then we kept linking. And I did some stuff with her, I ain't gonna lie, but then Yahushua, he started revealing her really true colors to me, because at the time I was living in this world, I was smoking, like, but like I still, like, when I was smoking, I was still on point. I was still, like, I'm not dumb. Like, people be thinking I'm dumb because I'm low key. And I don't like act like how they act. People think I'm dumb because people think I'm dumb because I be not talking a lot, but I be slow to speak but quick to hear. It's not because I don't talk a lot. It's not because I'm nonchalant. It's because I'm scoping the area. I'm trying to figure out who y'all really is. I'm trying to figure out what y'all really trying to do. But at the same time, Yahushua was feeling like later and later on down the road, as I kept linking with her. Every time I get in the car, like her friends would say little jealousy jokes like, oh, like, if I tell you what we really be talking about, like they used to say little jealousy jokes to make me feel down about myself, to make me feel like, oh, she was messing around with other people, but and make it seem like they was talking about me. Because every time I got out the car, she would even tell me straight up, like when I would link with her the next time, she was like, oh, I tell them everything we did when we got out the car. So if you telling them everything we did when we got out the car, you telling them about my business that I told you, probably telling them about what I be doing, all that. Like, I gotta understand, like, and every time I get in the car, they'll try to, like, they'll try to say like, oh, I gotta pick you up every time. You don't got a car and this and that. But at the same time, I don't have nothing to my name, but I'm still going out my way to give y'all my energy. Like, I'm so kind and genuine. I don't feed into that. I don't care because I don't have a car, because I know cars are soon gonna pass away. They're materialistic things, fam. You don't need a car, fam. Like, people think you need a car and all this and that, fam. They're eternal. They're gonna soon pass away, fam. Like, come on now. Like, people get a car and forget about walking. People get a car and forget about running. And they just be, it was just their demons in the spirit revealing themselves to me. Yahushua was revealing themselves to me. And it was one day I linked with them and they try to argue with me and argue this and that. And like, it was like, bro, when you toxic, when you arguing, that shows you are a narcissist. That shows that you have demons in you that you need to be cast out. And I gotta understand, one day I just hopped out the car and just walked, fam, because they was like, it wasn't they was making me mad. I was just protecting my energy, but at the same time I was walking because I didn't want to get to a point where it was getting to the point. And so, like, fam, it was one time I linked with her, and it was all three of her friends. It was two more of her friends in the car, and fam, like, I don't know if it was planned or not, but fam, Yahusha just revealed it to me. Like, we were just in the car just chatting. We used to just be in the car chatting sometimes with her friends and stuff. They used to try to get in my head, see what I was thinking and stuff. But like, fam, it was one time they saw somebody from the back, but I didn't see him. And fam, and then her cousin who was in the car, she was in the front. I was beside the girl who I was like linking with and stuff. Her cousin was like, she said to me, "Oh, you gotta act like my man for right now. You gotta act like my boyfriend for right now." So at the same time, I'm thinking like, oh, so the girl I'm with right now, y'all trying to act like we ain't been talking for a year at least. Y'all trying to act like we ain't been doing this and that. But at the same time, your cousin saying cause I didn't see the nigga, so your cousin saying, "Oh, you gotta act like my nigga for right now, for tonight." Like, cause bro, and then I looked, fam, and then it was a dude knocking on the door. He opened the door, he saw me, and then he closed the door, fam. So, bro, it can happen in a blink of an eye what they be doing behind the scenes. Like, fam, it was another dude she was messing with. So I knew that, bro, when the cousin said that, fam, I already knew. That's just my discernment. That's my intuition telling me, like, fam, I already know what it is. And then the cousin going, and I said it, I was like, nah, I was like, that must be her nigga. Cause like, I speak up, I don't care. But I said that must be her nigga. And her cousin try to make up lies. Oh no, this and that. But they never told me who it really was. Like, that's the crazy thing. They try to make up all these lies. Y'all gotta understand, when they lie, they gotta come up with another lie after another lie after another lie. And bro had on chains, jewelry and stuff, and like all this and that. They'll try to mess with somebody who got more than you, who look better than you. Y'all gotta understand, it's always gonna be somebody out there who your girl or your man think look better than you or look better than you. And y'all gotta understand that you're not always gonna be the best looking person on this planet. Y'all gotta understand that, fam. And so after all that, like, Yahusha was just showing me their true colors, and like, it kept getting, it was going downhill, like later on down on the road. And like, it was getting to the point where like I had to just like stop linking with her. Yahusha just had to sit me down and just focus on myself, like, and not trying to get into relationships real quick. He was trying to show me, like, you don't need to just jump into that and just want what you want, like want what they want, like, cause they control you, they manipulate you, and they'll mess up your mind and your brain. Y'all gotta understand that. Before you get with a girl, you gotta start talking to her, get to know her family, who she come from, cause her family can tell you everything. The people the people who raised her can tell you everything, fam. Like, I gotta understand that. So yeah, like, it was just like little stuff like that. If those stories really tell you what narcissism is, like, fam, like, and if you dealing one, just try to remove it out your life as the best as you can, fam. I gotta understand it. But yeah, like, fam, like, it was just crazy the stuff I go through. I went through so many stories, but those are just the only two stories I wanted to tell, fam, because those was one that hit home, and that was one that was really on my heart, fam. So yeah, just keep getting to it. Keep seeking ye first the kingdom of Yahuwah and his righteousness, and all these things are gonna be added unto you. I want you to know I love y'all, and Yahusha loves y'all even more. Just stay up and bless A1.